So let's go for a drive. The airport area of Irvine, California, it's probably not what you expect.
So here we are, we're driving into the Marquee area, and this is a 2-tower, tons of floors. You know, this is like high-rise living in Orange County. The airport area is one of the few areas of Orange County that actually does truly have this cosmopolitan urban living. It's kind of like we joke about, well, we talk about South Coast Metro being that way. The airport area of Irvine really has that, probably even more so than South Coast Metro, because really there are no homes here. It's condos primarily and townhomes, but mostly condos where you have, you know, again, 4 stories plus, you know, for these communities, and again, plus as in 20 stories or whatever that might be. And there's several pockets of development all over the airport area. And I mean, I love it. So like a lot of times people kind of critique, oh, you know, like Orange County is so suburbia, especially Irvine being so suburbia. Well, this is that pocket that's not that way at all. So that's kind of a really cool part of it. And where the Marquee is set up, we're actually in Park Place. Now this is a little outdoor strip mall that's, you know, in the basically the major cross streets are Michelson and Jamboree. So you're right off the 405 freeway. So super convenient location. And you have restaurants, Panini Grill, awesome, really good stuff there. Houston's is really good. And one of the few grocery stores, if not the only one, is Mother's Market. And this is kind of a Orange County phenomenon mostly. These are like, you know, it's kind of like one of those natural grocers kind of thing where you have organic foods, just organic produce and that kind of stuff. So Mother's Market is here. Puesto, that was pretty good too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so what's nice about the Marquee is that it truly is one of the places that makes a lot of sense to live in a high rise, because you're like, you know, you just take the elevator down and you're right there, like in this Park Place shopping center. Mm-hmm. Whereas a lot of other times when there's a high rise, you're going, well, what's the point of being in a high rise if you're going to be, you know, just having to go downstairs and drive to where we need to go. And I'm just going to take this way. So this is a side route. So what's interesting is that this is all urban and metro, but then you have the back bay right here. So what's awesome is that if you're interested in hiking, running, cycling and all that stuff, the back bay is awesome. Tons of trails, you know, it's a nature preserve. It's awesome. And it's just, again, it's right here, which is surprising because you don't really get a lot of that. It's almost like a Central Park kind of feel in Newport in New York, where you have obviously high-rise living and then you have Central Park. This kind of sort of has a little bit of that, like, capabilities there.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sean Azad.
And I'm Courtney Azad, and we are licensed real estate agents here in the state of California.
And if you're watching this channel, you might be thinking, wow, Sean, I love Orange County. I love the glitz. I love the glamour. I love the weather. Now, you can't wait to move out there now. But the problem is that I'm not local. I'm not in the area. I might be out of state. I may be out of the country. So I don't know what to do, and I totally get that. That's why you want to reach out to us so we can have that conversation to find out specifically what your needs are and find that perfect property for you. We can be your boots on the ground. We can even do virtual tours of the property and the neighborhood, so we can really find you that perfect home. So what you want to do is when you give us a call, shoot us a text or send us an email.
Well, and then there is a ton of offices just on the other side of these condos.
Yeah, and then also we're approaching a couple other developments here. So these are mid-rise. So these are mostly 4-story type of structures for purchasing. So Watermark is one, and all these developments are newer, right? So they're built circa 2000 and up, basically, mm-hmm. and to ongoing actually to right now. So this is one of the few areas of newer development in Orange County, and the Watermark is one where it's 4 stories, underground parking, or like garage style parking. And then you have lots of amenities, pools, spas, tennis courts, the whole 9 yards. And this is the plaza. And so this is also, again, mid-ish, like high-rise type of thing. So this is pretty awesome too. These are, again, things you can purchase as well. These are, again, high-rise condominiums. Mm-hmm. And again, some of these have like really nice views, especially because they might have that views of the back bay. And then just ahead of us, a few lights down, that's where actually John Wayne Airport is. So the airport's right there too. So what's awesome about this place is the proximity to everything is like amazing. So you have some like good shopping and dining here. The freeways are right here, and the airport is right here too. So again, this is really like so different than what people think of Irvine.
For sure.
Oh, and Avenue 1. This is another development as well. These are kind of similar to the Watermark 4-story type of condos.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of offices to our left. Big office parks, like, totally to our left. I actually used to work over here. When the Orange County Business Journal was over here, this was pre-2008 crash.
Yes.
When they moved buildings because they could get such a good deal thanks to the crash.
True. And then we're on Jamboree right now, and if you notice, like, we always kind of talk about, people kind of ask about these streets. This is as wide as many freeways, right? So this is like, what? It's about like almost 10 lanes across.
Yeah.
And that hump right there is the 405 freeway. So again, that'll get you wherever you need to go to in Southern California pretty quickly. And then to our left right here, so this is Central Park West. This is ongoing development that's happening. This is the newest stuff that's kind of happening in the airport area of Irvine, where you have, again, some high-rise stuff, some townhome stuff, some condo stuff. Again, tons of amenities right here, so that's a nice option as well. We'll just go over the freeway and then come back so they can see another vantage point. But again, this is just kind of showing you how close you are to, so, like, if you don't want to be too far away from your, like, where you want to work, too far away from the freeway, too far away from the airport, it's like, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
But I will say, though, that the airport area of Irvine, I know people ask about, some people ask about school districts and that stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe the airport area of Irvine actually is the Irvine Unified School District.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would just depend on the address.
Yes.
So you would have to reach out to us. But yeah, I know some of the new construction that was out here. It was actually zoned for Santa Ana, right?
So
Santa Ana Unified?
So that's one of the things to just be aware of, that
Yeah.
depending on, and again, Santa Ana has some great schools too. It's just that depending on what you're looking for, what you want to do is that you want to reach out to us so we can pinpoint, okay, that specific development, what is it zoned for schools? And that way, again, if that's an important aspect to you.
Yeah.
And then we're going to just make a quick U-turn, because most of the airport area of Irvine mostly is on the other side of the 405 freeway. And importantly, when like driving down like Jamboree, just maybe about 1.5 miles or so, 2 miles down, there's another shopping center called the District. Most importantly, okay, so it has like your Lowe's, your Target, like that kind of stuff, your like good shopping and dining. But most importantly, it has a Costco. So if you have a Costco fix, just like about 2 miles down the road, you're there. You can scratch that itch.
Yeah, for sure.
So now we're heading back to go over the 405 freeway back into where all the action is. And what you'll see to our left is basically that Park Place shopping center we mentioned. And then to the right that's Central Park West. That's this huge development that's happening. Again, all these, again, condos and townhomes kind of taking place over there. And again, it's happening to this day. So they're actually selling new units right now. So if you're looking for new construction, again, this is this is where Irvine more or less starts as far as where the airport area is. And yeah, I mean, I really like this area. Again, I just love the amenities, the newness of it, just how it feels like a downtown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you keep driving down Jamboree, you hit Newport Beach, and then you get the Newport Beach airport area, which is a big commercial area. So yeah.
Yeah, and if you're looking for single-family residences, you're not going to find that here. But not that far down the road, well, you will find it, but just airport area of Irvine does not have single-family residences. And then the Jamboree, in fact, actually takes you all the way to Balboa Island. It just kind of dumps you off all the way. So this is kind of amazing where you are. Again, I kind of am beating a dead horse here, but like, again, just for employment stuff, a huge job hub within Orange County.
Oh yeah, this is like, so many people work around here. In fact, it's lunchtime right now, and I'm seeing so many people like walking around, going to different restaurants and stuff around here.
Yeah, and then also, actually, there's even a courthouse here too. So if you have to deal with court stuff, like so, and again, not another profession, right? So like the legal profession is certainly the Superior Courthouse is right here too. And that, again, to our left, this is like coming up is Avenue 1, and that's the plaza. So these are, again, Avenue 1's mid-rise, plaza is, again, high-rise-ish. I know, depending on what part of the country you're talking about, they would joke when we say that's a high-rise. That's that for us in Orange County. That's like, wow, like we're expecting like it to have its own climate, like the clouds to gather.
True, for sure.
So Campus is another major road. This will actually, if you make a left, this will actually get you right to UC Irvine if that's what, you know, if you need to go that way. And then to the right, you'll go to John Wayne Airport. Okay, so John Wayne Airport is, I guess, technically an international airport, but not really. It does fly to a little bit parts of Canada and Mexico, but mostly it's domestic flights. It's actually an amazing airport. I mean, if you need to fly out of the area, like obviously your two major choices are John Wayne Airport and LAX. You try to avoid LAX at all costs. It is a nightmare. It's obviously a massive, big airport. Yeah, John Wayne Airport has like 3 terminals and it's clean and it's as far as like the area of John Wayne Airport, I mean, like, you know, people think of like areas surrounding an airport, they have their thoughts about what that might be. It's actually like really pleasant around here. You also have the choice, I would say, Ontario as well. You can fly in and out of Ontario. Long Beach as well.
Yeah, Long Beach. If you're flying like internationally, though, you're going out of LAX. Like that's pretty.
I guess Ontario is kind of technically an international.
But I feel like, you know, you're going to a long international flight. Like, I don't know. I personally would just go LAX because it's, you know, it is like a really good international airport. But yeah. I avoid it at all costs. I'll even, like, if I'm flying out of John Wayne, I'll be like, you know, if there's not a direct flight, I'll be like, oh well.
Yeah, exactly. It's not actually particularly that much more expensive than LAX. I mean, it's a little bit more, but it's so worth it because obviously, what are you going to do? You're going to like take an Uber or whatever to LAX, so that's not going to be cheap. And then
where are you going to leave?
You're going to leave your car there. I mean, obviously, you can leave your car here too, but it's just so much less stressful. The parking is so much easier here. And then at LAX, I mean, LAX is.
I hate LAX.
So okay, understand, Orange County people, we Orange Countians, we do not like to leave the orange bubble.
No.
And so another thing about John Wayne Airport is that it's not a 24-hour-a-day airport.
Oh yeah, so, that's important.
Yeah, so obviously we have somewhat limited flights as far as where you're not going to China, for instance, or you're not going to Europe from here. That's a LAX to a much lesser extent Ontario. Yeah. And then also at times, like basically they don't fly at all hours of the night because there is, along the flight path, there is some residential neighborhoods that are not cheap, and they would not be happy with flights like taking off and landing at all hours of the night. So just be aware of that again, flights are so, I mean, we still got actually a lot of traffic through here, so there's a lot of head count through this airport, but that's what it is. And to our left is the actual John Wayne Airport itself.
Yeah, so when Sean says that means, so if you take a late flight back into Orange County, if they are not on time, they will cancel the flight. So that's actually something that I always have to be conscious of. Like when I'm coming back, I try not to get like super...
The last flight.
Yeah, I try not to get the last flight because if it's late, they're like, if we don't... I've actually been on a plane where they're like, if we don't get on this plane and get out of here by 45 minutes, the flight is canceled. So, yeah.
Yeah, insider tip. Try as much as possible to avoid the last flight because one, it may not happen to you the first time, but you're playing Russian roulette.
You are. It is, yeah. That is one annoying thing about John Wayne.
Yeah, and actually it's interesting. So John Wayne is kind of surrounded by basically Costa Mesa, Irvine,
Santa
Ana, Newport. Yeah, Newport. Yeah. So you kind of have, it's kind of like 4 cities kind of more or less surround John Wayne Airport.
Yeah, you never quite know where you are when you're in John Wayne Airport. You're like, am I in Irvine? Am I in Santa Ana? Am I in Newport Beach? I have no idea.
Yeah, and obviously the airport area of Irvine isn't a huge area, and it's not a huge population center either. Because again, it's mostly office buildings and that kind of thing. But again, if you're looking for something like this in Orange County, again, it's so convenient to get here. It's so convenient to get to. It's so easy to get to wherever you need to go to. Again, if you're working, it's right there.
Yeah.
If you're traveling, right there. So again, we just thought that this is a little off of our normal driving tours, but we thought it'd just be kind of helpful because, you know, again, for the right person, this is a perfect fit.
You know, this video is just part of we're slowly going to be making our way through all of the Irvine neighborhoods. We're doing other driving tours in neighborhoods. Obviously, we don't want to make our channel only about driving tours in Irvine because not everybody is interested in that. But slowly, you know, bit by bit, we're going to do it. So if you are not subscribed to our channel, subscribe to it. We like to show you, we do also do like on the ground vlog tours as well, because that's when we get out, we show you points of interest. But I think this more shows you like day to day what you're seeing, you know, what everyone sees when they're driving around. And yeah, you can see there's a plane coming to our left. I don't know if you can notice it on the camera. But yeah, it's interesting when you're driving on the 405, a lot of times the planes will be like super close to the freeway. It's kind of funny, but you don't really even think about it because, you know, we've seen it so many times. Like
Exactly.
Yeah, but it is kind of interesting, like where the airport is situated.
Yeah, and also again, if you have any suggestions as far as what you want to see as far as a driving tour, vlog tour, us to go more in depth about, obviously comment below. We'll certainly take that into account if there's something we haven't really encountered, basically.
Yeah.
And remember, we are licensed realtors here in the state of California, so as much as we love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you want to do is you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back.